The usage share of web browsers is the proportion, often expressed as a percentage, of visitors to a group of websites that use a particular web browser. Web browser usage share varies from region to region as well as through time. Accuracy: measuring browser usage in the number of requests made by each user agent can be misleading. Overestimation: not all requests are generated by a user, as a user agent can make requests at regular time intervals without user input. In this case, the user's activity might be overestimated. Some examples: certain antivirus products fake their user agent to appear to be popular browsers. This is done to trick attack sites that might display clean content to the scanner, but not to the browser. The Register reported in June 2008 that traffic from Average Link Scanner, using an IE6 user agent, outstripped human link clicks by nearly 10 to 1. A user who revisits a site shortly after changing or upgrading browsers may be double counted under some methods. Overall numbers at the time of a new version's release may be skewed. Occasionally websites are written in such a way that they effectively block certain browsers. One common reason for this is that the website has been tested to work with only a limited number of browsers, and so the site owners enforce that only tested browsers are allowed to view the content, while all other browsers are sent a failure message, and instruction to use another browser. Many of the untested browsers may still be otherwise capable of serving the content. Sophisticated users who are aware of this may then spoof the user agent in order to gain access to the site. The browsers Chrome, Safari and Opera will under some circumstances fetch resources before they need to render them, so that the resources can be used faster if they are needed. This technique, pre-rendering or preloading, may inflate the statistics for the browsers using it because of preloading of resources which are not used in the end. Underestimation: it is also possible to underestimate the usage share by using the number of requests. For example, Opera and Gecko-based browsers since Firefox 1.5 use fast document object model caching. JavaScript is only executed on page load from net or disk cache, but not if it is loaded from DOM cache. This can have an impact on JavaScript-based tracking of browser statistics. While most browsers generate additional page hits by refreshing web pages when the user navigates back through page history, some browsers reuse cached content without resending requests to the server. Generally, the more faithfully a browser implements HTTP's cache specifications, the more it will be underreported relative to browsers that implement those specifications poorly. Browser users may run site, cookie and JavaScript blockers which cause those users to be undercounted. For example, common ad block lists such as EasyBlock include sites such as StatCounter and their privacy lists, and NoScript blocks all JavaScript by default. Addons.mozilla.org reports 15.0 million users of AdBlock variants and 2.2 million users of NoScript. Differences in measurement: Net applications and W3 Counter use unique visitors to measure web usage. This has the effect that users visiting a site 10 times will only be counted once by these sources, while they are counted 10 times by statistics companies that measure page hits. To supplement statistics from their unique visitors measurements, Net Applications uses country-level weighting. The goal of weighting countries based on their usage is to combat selection area-based sampling bias caused by discrepancies in the percentage of tracked hits in the sample and the percentage of global usage documented by third-party sources caused by the heavier levels of market usage. Summary table: the following tables summarize the usage share of browsers for the indicated month. Note: Wikimedia has recently had a large percentage of unrecognized browsers that are assumed to be Internet Explorer 11. Historical usage share, StatCounter. StatCounter statistics are directly derived from hits from 3 million sites using StatCounter totaling more than 15 billion hits per month. No weightings are used. Desktop and mobile browser usage, StatCounter reports desktop and mobile browser share separately. For consistency, each desktop browser share has been reduced by multiplying it by the current overall desktop share versus mobile. Similarly, mobile browser shares have each been multiplied by the overall mobile percentage. This avoids having greater than 100% usage share when combining mobile and desktop. Clicky, W3 Counter. This site counts the last 15,000 page views from each of approximately 70,000 websites. This limits the influence of sites with more than 15,000 monthly visitors on the usage statistics. W3 Counter is not affiliated with the W3C. Net Applications. Net Applications bases its usage share on statistics from 40,000 websites having around 160 million unique visitors per month. The mean site has 1,300 unique visitors per day. On August 1, 2009, Net Applications began weighting its raw data based on the number of Internet users in the countries concerned, using data from the SIA. The changes were applied retroactively to older data, starting with November 2007. Quarterly data prior to Q1 2008 is reported with a different methodology compared to quarterly data starting with Q1 2008. So combining these datasets and/or using them as the basis for identifying historical trends could result in flawed information. Net Applications no longer reports data prior to November 2007 because of this change in methodology. Note: indicates data generated prior to Net Applications November 2007 change in methodology. See note above. Wikimedia. Wikimedia traffic analysis reports are based on server logs of about 4 billion page requests per month, based on the user agent information that accompanied the requests. These server logs cover requests to all the Wikimedia Foundation projects, including Wikipedia, Wikimedia Commons, Wiktionary, Wikibooks, Wikiquote, Wikisource, Wikinews, Wikiversity and others. Note: Wikimedia has recently had a large percentage of unrecognized browsers, previously counted as Firefox, that are now assumed to be Internet Explorer 11 fixed only for February 2014 numbers. And February 2014 numbers include mobile for Internet Explorer and Firefox. Chrome does not include mobile numbers. Older reports, StatOwl.com. 92% of sites monitored by StatOwl serve predominantly United States market. AT Internet Institute. AT Internet Institute was formerly known as ZIT. Method: only counts visits to local sites in 23 European countries and then averages the percentages for those 23 European countries independent of population size. TheCounter.com. TheCounter.com identifies 16 versions of 6 browsers. Other browsers are categorized as either Netscape compatible, or unknown. Internet Explorer 8 is identified as Internet Explorer 7. Monthly data includes all hits from February 1, 2008 until the end of the month concerned. More than the exact browser type, this data identifies the underlying rendering engine used by various browsers, and the table below aggregates them in the same column. OneStat.com, AdTech, website story, reports from before year 2000, GVU www user survey, EWS web server at UIUC, ZD Market Intelligence, Zona Research, AdKnowledge, DataQuest, International Data Corporation. See also, Browser Wars, comparison of web browsers, layout engine, list of web browsers, timeline of web browsers, usage share, market share, usage share of operating systems, usage share of BitTorrent clients, usage share of instant messaging clients, references. External links, browsermarketshare.com.